Hello everybody, I hope you're having a good week. Thanks very much for clicking in. We have a new character today. I'm playing Spellbreaker. And not defense Spellbreaker. I'd like to specify strength Spellbreaker. There's a lot of defense Spellbreakers running around right now, but I prefer strength. The build should be coming up on the screen sometime here. Now, defense is probably the better all-rounder, but I find playing an unkillable bunker to be a very boring playstyle. I much prefer playing something with some teeth, with some potential to do damage, with some consequence. Something that can kill and can be killed. I find that to be a much more interesting playstyle, and so I find this build to be the much more interesting version of Warrior. So give it a try. It's a very fun build. I shamelessly stole it from Traumadex. If you ever want to see somebody who's actually good at the game, go check him out. So that's my recommendation. So coming to mid here, grabbed a couple quick kills, looking around. Now this is a duelist, a side noter, right? Much different from Revenant, from Herald or Vindicator, which is more of a roamer DPS. This one you're playing a little bit more defensively. You're playing for one of the side nodes. So I'm going back here and I get kind of caught by the enemy mech. I hit an unblockable bull's charge, followed up with big damage to see if I can secure the kill. No, not quite. He gets his heal off and a plus from the ranger, so I have to go into defensive mode here. My heal gets interrupted. Just trying to survive. Come around the corner, see if I can set up the damage. Staff 4 pull, F1, do some more damage. I get stunned, and so I need to continue to play defensively. Double tap that staff 5 for the heal. It's really nice. And bull's charge away. There we go. Get a little bit of a reprieve. Let's see if anybody follows me. And look at that. We have the Mechanist. Bit of a greedy play by him. Let's see if we can punish it. So, here's the fun combo. Before I miss. But look at this. Boom. The Arcing Slice powered up by the quickness. This build's really fun because when you interrupt somebody, you get quickness. So your Arcing Slice, or sorry, your full counter will give you quickness, Bull's Charge quickness, Staff 4 quickness, etc. So here we go, Ranger follows me up. Here's my teammate, look, my teammate jumps in, and, oh, my teammate died. And I died. Oh well. I was hoping you may survive a little bit longer, but you know what, sometimes that's all you can manage. So, anyways, yeah, so defense Spellbreaker is certainly the stronger one of the two, but trust me when I say that this one is really fun. You know, there's certain sort of parts of builds, certain sort of archetypes that make something fun to play. On Revenant, one of the things that I have trouble playing without is Invocation. Any build that doesn't take Invocation I find very, very unfun to play. And any warrior build that doesn't take the greatsword I find very unfun to play, because those fat arcing slices to me are so satisfying and so fun, and the damage modifier where if you time your arcing slice when they're less than 50% health, you'll get bonus damage. You know, the fact that there's that bonus damage attribute I find really interesting and really satisfying when you pull it off. So the sort of meta build uses the staff, the dagger, and then the sword, the offhand sword. All three very strong weapons, but to me, it's just not a very interesting build, not a very fun build to play. So I much prefer this. Okay, we've got a duel coming in here from the enemy Mechanist. Let me get my unblockable. Pull him unblockable, get the quickness off of it for a little bit of damage. Another CC. and we just chop them down. So you can use that, your stun chains, to essentially give yourself a lot of quickness. Mr. Mech's not happy about that one. And use that quickness to do ridiculous damage. You see my Greatsword 2 ended up doing a total of 20,000. So that's pretty darn good. Now we're up against a defense Spellbreaker here. And I'd say we were just about to win that, but then he gets a plus and another plus. So I need to run the heck away here. So I'm running, blocking. And we're going to see if we can survive here. Going around town. Now, I like to take this little route here. I find that gets a lot of the enemies off my back, and sure enough it did. So I'm going to come back for this node here. My team is doing a really good job of defending the home node, so because of that, I think, alright, I'm going to go pressure them on far. Now, this guy is a very good example of sort of unkillable bunker warrior. His build doesn't do a ton of damage, but the sort of over-tuned dagger and sword combo does enough damage that he doesn't really need to pack any damage in his build. So he's got his banner, you know, he's got the defense trait line, and basically it's just a matter of trying to land a good enough combo to kill him. You know, warrior, in a way that's similar to Rev, is very combo based. Warrior certainly more than Rev, where you need to be essentially comboing your skills together. You can't just be flailing them around. You won't do any damage, and that's more of a critique of myself than anything. I am not a great warrior player. I was going to say the best warrior player, but that's even too far, so I'm not a great warrior player. I've played a lot of it because I find it quite fun, and when I started playing, Strength Spellbreaker was, or when I started playing and paying more attention to the game, Strength Spellbreaker was very strong. So that's kind of where my introduction to warrior came from. Now, this is a bit of a split. I'm not going to kill the Spellbreaker, so I'm looking to kill the Ranger here, but the Ranger's a lot more slippery. So I land a Bull's Charge and just get in there. Look at that, 13k on this Greatsword 2, and just like that, he gets up from the Warrior's banner. A bit sad, but why have one unkillable guy when you can have two unkillable guys, right? That's just very fun gameplay. So anyways, we're going to see the Warrior's low, so I'm going to try and get some CC on him. Miss my Arcing Slice like an absolute noob, and put some CC back into the Ranger. My teammate does good damage on the Warrior, and there we go. We're winning this fight here. We have another teammate coming in, not really necessary, but all good. Look at that, 8.5k Arcing Slice. How can you pass that up? How can you take, in a world where 8.5k Arcing Slices exist, how can you take a dagger? I don't know, man. So anyways, I've been taking a little bit more time off of my good old Rev, because right now it's seeming like the build to play is Devastation Salvation. And if you've played that, you probably know that it's a total dog to play. Not having Invocation really makes it a tough sell, because you have no quickness, you have no fury, you have no Condi Cleanse on Legend Swap, so it's really not a fun build to play. But anyways, this video is about Warrior. So look at that big damage here. They're all stacked up. Full counter for the quickness, and then you can chop them up. Beautiful. The sort of golden combo on this build is you start on staff when you're ready to do your big combo. You pull them with the staff 4, then staff F1, then swap, and then Greatsword F1. There's an example of that at the start of the video. One of the clips that I included was the sort of golden combo, I like to call it. So I attempted here, but no, he's got stability. More stability. He's got his beautiful little banner. Now he's got his Warhorn. But luckily my Pew Pew Ranger does enough good unblockable damage that all it takes is a Greatsword 4. And I'm just going to balance stance, stomp this out. I don't want him getting up because he is a problem. He's too hard to kill. And Rampage is amazing on Strength Spellbreaker. The quickness, look at that damage, 7k. Making Rampage back to its glory days when you play Strength here. It's beautiful. And if you look at the scoreboard, we're just winding this one down. One last good Bull's charge. Let's see, can we finish off that Necro? Oh, not quite yet. Stabbed for the pull. So there we go. That's the end of the gameplay. Thanks so much for tuning in. Feel free to try that build. Any questions, leave them down in the comments. And apparently this build is good enough to get you just below plat. So that's where I ended up. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. Thanks again. And I will see you guys next week.